Hello guys, welcome back. This video will be learning about the plastics. The 26,000 tons of plastic is used every day in India. Plastic takes thousands of years to destroy. Can you imagine 26,000 tons of plastics used every day in India? Right. Let me discuss some more of the statistics, right? A normal Indian, he uses 11 kg of plastics per year. In US, it's like 110 times, 109 kg per person per year. In China, it's roughly 3 or 4 times, 38 kg of plastics per year per person. Okay, so as I told you, 13.4 million tons of plastics is produced every year in India, out of which 5.6 million tons of plastics is recycled. That is roughly 60% of plastics which is manufactured in India is recycled. Now if we see, 43% of manufactured plastic is used for packaging. 43%. This shows that if majority of the plastics, if we find some alternative to packaging, right, lots of plastics, manufactured plastics could be saved. Okay, so as I was discussing, 26,000 ton प्लास्टिक हर दिन भारत में यूज होते हैं और उसमें 10,000 टन 10,000 टन इज नॉट कलेक्टेड. Okay, can you imagine this? Now the problem with the current government or the current scenario is how to define the single use plastic. So it is some conclusion that plastic product whose life is less than few hours and end up in dustbin in matters of few hours, it's known as single use plastics. Now we'll discuss why blanket ban is not good. The thing is, if plastic is banned at once, right, it's not good, because it will be counterproductive. Because if you see, plastic waste is not exactly because of the nature of plastic. It's not because of plastics. It is not the plastic's fault, but it's a waste management problem. Okay, plastic is a waste management problem. Okay, there has to be effective segregation, collection and recycling. Okay, so we need to strengthen our waste management practices. Secondly, lakhs and millions of livelihood is at the stake, and this ban is justified in eco-sensitive area, for example Himalayas, for example some areas near to forests, but this is not at all justified in banning high population density areas. By the way, do you know that one of the reasons why Mumbai floods is so devastating is because the plastics have jammed and choked the sewerage system in Mumbai. So these single-use plastics have to be banned in phased manner, because currently there is no alternative to packaging. And the states which have banned are in uncomfortable situation. Okay. Also, there is lots of utility in single-use plastics. Now, if we see the point of reuse, recycle, and reduce. If we see, only 60% of plastic is recycled. As I've already told, 13.6 million ton plastic is manufactured every year, and roughly only 5.6 million tons is recycled. And the problem is, most of these recycling is done in home-based industry. And since it's done in home-based industry, it produces very low-quality plastics, recycled plastic. The recycled plastic need again the virgin material, fresh plastic to produce high-grade plastic products. And hence it increases the virgin plastic usage. Okay? Moreover, if the plastic has got dirt, mud, it is soiled, there is some, sabji ka tel and some food stuff, it is not feasible. That particular thing, that if that plastic is a high grade plastic, it needs to be cleaned before it's put into the machines. And once it is recycled, this PET bottle is recycled, it produces fibers, the plastic fibers, and this fiber is used to produce the shirts, the jackets. All right. Now, the PET bottle can be the virgin plastic usage can be decreased if the PET bottle is recycled to make another same grade quality PET bottle, the virgin plastic use can be reduced. And thirdly, the problem with the plastic, the recycling is a multi-layered plastic, because there are chemicals used in the MLPs, it can't be used, right? And thirdly, the economies of recycling. The problem with the plastic recycling is that they are heavily dependent upon the rag pickers. If we see the rag pickers, if they collect wrappers of chocolates, shampoo sachet, and pan parag, pan masala, vimla, these plastics are normally left out. They are not collected by the rag pickers because they earn very less money, only rupees 3 per kg, right? But if they collect PET bucket, virgin plastic, they earn as high as rupees 30 per kg. So these plastics, such as the wrapper, single-use plastic, shampoo sachets, the sweet plastics, etc., they are responsible to choke the sewage system, because these are not collected by the rag pickers. And hence, in order to form an organized way of collection, we need to have an organized rag picker association, because currently these are informals. Secondly, if we see the economies of recycling, the extended producer's responsibility for plastic industry was implemented in 2016. The rules were out in 2016, but implementation has been very, very sluggish. Extended producer's responsibility has been going on for the lead acid batteries, and they take back, the battery manufacturers take back their products, but not the plastic manufacturer. In fact, the e-waste manufacturers from 2000, they also take back, right? 150 plastic majors have started the EPR norms implementation after the 15th August Modi ji's request. The problem with recycling is that after 7 to 8 times of recycling of the same plastic, it can't be recycled again, right? So at this time, that when the plastic has gone in the stage of end of life solution, it can be used for road construction or gasoline, right? And finally, the way forward is that dealing with the plastic must be at 3 levels. Firstly, we need to define what is the single-use plastic properly. Secondly, we have to deal with plastic at 3 levels. First is the consumer's level. Sustained campaign to educate the citizens on how to use the plastic products responsibly. Secondly, at regulator level, we need to give a composite score on the utility and composite score on the environmental impact, right, of the same plastic. If the environmental impact of particular plastic is more than the utility impact, right, then that plastic should be banned. And finally, industrial level. EPR, the extended producer's responsibility, we need to shift to sustainable packaging material. Alright? So let's summarize. 26,000 tons of plastic is used every day in India, but only 16,000 ton is collected, 10,000 ton is left back on the streets. It takes 1,000 years for any plastic, be it PET or other plastic, to destruct. The problem with India is defining the single-use plastic. Why plastic ban is not good? Because the states which have already banned the plastic are facing problem. The counterproductivity with the ban is that plastic is not the problem, the waste management is problem. There is utility in single-use plastic. Single-use plastics are very important in packaging and other uses. Lots of livelihood will be at stake if they are banned. And ban is justified in eco-sensitive area, but not all the areas. Okay? Reduce, reuse, recycle. We say that only 60% of plastic is recycled. The problem with the recycling industry is that most of done is in home-based industry, which again produces a poor quality plastic. Plastic, if the PET bottle has got dirt, mud, soil, it has to be washed, so it requires lots of water to be washed, and then only can be used to recycle into fibers, and shirts and jackets could be produced. The problem with the plastics produced by the manufacturers are the multi-layered plastics. Since they have got chemicals, it can't be used. Again, the problem with the plastics, the small plastics, the chocolate, shampoo, sachet, etc., is that they fetch a very low amount. So the rag pickers, they pick only the plastics which fetch large amount. For example, the PET bucket virgin plastic, which fetch rupees 30 per kg. So they have to collect less quantity of this, and they have to collect high quantity of the shampoo sachet or wrappers, right? Implementation of EPR for plastic must come in, as lead acid batteries have been doing it for 2000. And finally, since the plastics can't be recycled more than 7 to 8 times, the plastic must be diverted to road construction and gasoline, right? So thank you.